You okay?
I drove to the northeast. You've been in the northeast this weekend.
Yeah.
I've been to the best service station in the UK, and I don't want to be a hack like comic. This is comics hack. This is not for punters. This is like stand-ups in dressing rooms when it's going fucking dry. I was like, what do you think the best service station in the UK is? And I was like, I don't think. Like, what's the one that's on the way to Scotland?
Haven't we been? The one with the big
T-Bay.
pond. The pond, innit?
That's the one.
So T-Bay's good, but that's like almost like the hack option that everyone goes for. Well, they have built a place east of Leeds on that little bit of road that goes from the M62 as you're going onto the A1. There's like that little cut-off round the side of Leeds.
Wetherby.
Didn't know. Wetherby's on the A1. This is in that link, but as you're going sort of diagonally, they've built a new service station.
Hartsheadmore.
It's the fucking tits. It's brand new. It's all like wavy and modern, but that's not why I was impressed. Do you remember when I was talking about the food court in Manchester? I used to love cherry picking bits from different like major brand restaurants. This new one, I can't remember. It's got like Leeds East or whatever. Is it called Sandingham or something? It's got Starbucks, a Pizza Express, a KFC next to a Nando's, and a food court. And I think it might be my favourite place to eat in the whole of the UK.
What did you get?
I was gonna get this combo where I got a Zinger Tower burger, the hummus starter from Nando's, and a garlic bread and cheese from Pizza Express.
Not bad.
And then I was like literally planning. I was gonna sit in
Where
the
are you going
food
to get your
court.
chips from?
Starbucks.
There isn't a Mackie D's. There isn't a Mackie D's though.
So KFC's off the table. Nando's, I like their chips, but some people don't.
Why's KFC?
Oh, Nando's chips are great.
Because KFC have like the worst chips.
Oh,
in the
sorry.
world.
I thought you were just rejecting Zinger Tower burgers.
No, I'm rejecting
about
their
to-
fucking shit chips,
Yeah, the
mate.
chips are poo.
And they
Relegation for
change
the
them.
chips.
They literally change
And
them
make
all the
them
time.
worse.
They're literally like, yeah, we know the chip game isn't good, but don't worry. The last 4 like regenerations were crap, but this time we've got it.
I don't know
And they're
why
always shit.
KFC don't like employ a gang of vagabonds to commandeer a big McDonald's shipment.
Hang on.
What?
A what?
Vagabonds?
A gang of vagabonds.
I love it. Where did that come from?
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. It just came out of your mouth. Not like
But
Charles
from
Dickens.
which century?
A gang of vagabonds
I
to
need
commandeer a
vagabonds.
McDonald's boat full of fries.
Lads, I'm looking for a couple of scoundrels to sell half a key of fucking smack.
Chip pirates.
What do you mean, drug dealers? Hey! Don't call me a fucking drug dealer. I'm a cheeky scoundrel.
You know what I always think? Like,
Vagabond.
you know what, like Mackey's and that though?
Yeah.
Like the chips. Because they're always exactly the same. So where are they growing them potatoes to be exactly the same all the time? And where do all chippies get their sausages from? Is there a chippy sausage farm?
Savoy sausages.
Yeah.
No, you know, there's like chippy sausage. You can't get them anywhere else.
It's a Savoy, you can. You wouldn't buy it anywhere else.
Why wouldn't you buy it anywhere else?
Because do you ever buy them anywhere else? Do you look for them?
Because they don't exist anywhere else.
They're just, what, suppliers?
Yeah. Savoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like chippy chips as well.
What makes them the same? The way they prepare
they're
them,
cooked,
or the
probably,
chemicals, or all the...
I think there's one place. I think it's one guy and his wife, and he's just a sausage farmer.
That sounds like your ma.
Just made me snot a bit from my mouth.
Your ma's a sausage
I'm
farmer.
the fucking king of
Tried
Savoy.
that twice there, didn't you?
Did you? Oh,
Yeah.
Dan, wait. I said Adam's mum's a sausage farmer. I mean, she likes loads of dicks.
Before the start of the episode, these two were going at it like fucking
Sausage
a
farmers.
failing relationship. Your
I didn't
mum.
want to have a go at him before the episode.
Your
It's
mum.
just he
Your
hasn't been
mum's
doing
a
his job
sausage
properly.
Whoa there! Don't be lying to them.
What?
Don't be lying to them. I was having a go at you.
Yeah. For what?
Sitting there doing fucking nothing.
That is literally my job.
He does own half the company. But Mackie D's, yeah, one bad batch of potatoes. Why are they always the same?
Yeah.
Then it makes me think they're fucking with the French fries.
Yeah.
What are they injecting with
Chicken
them?
sandwiches are always exactly the same. Like exactly the same.
You used to work there, don't you know? I'm inside the secret.
No, I don't think the higher ups at McDonald's are giving all the trade secrets to the guys with 2 stars on the badge. I think you have to get 3 or 4
star
before
above.
you.
You're a sneaky little... You're a 2-star, are you? You're a 2 stars.
I have 4. In the end.
You should have known then, shouldn't
Yeah,
you?
because you
I
work...
should have known, yeah. But I wasn't going to deconstruct the little joke I did.
No,
And
I
then we started
I
doing it.
wanted to.
Yeah, I know you wanted to. Yeah, I'm going to fucking
These
kill that
two
cunt.
need to kiss or shut the fuck up. You got 4 stars. But then you were doing loads of other people's shifts as well, weren't you? You
I
were a
was-
bit of a fucking workhorse.
So the stars are like, one is for like, I can use the till. One is for the chicken. One's for the beef. And the fourth one,
I could put my own shoes on.
Just start with no stars.
yeah, start with no stars. You get one.
Of course. What do you mean?
Well, he said one of them is using the till. What the fuck are you doing if you can't use the till?
It's a complicated till.
Right.
You do a till exam.
Really?
Yeah. And then you get your star. I think, anyway, it's a long time ago. This is what I remember. You till badge, till star, chicken star, beef star, and the other one
Purple star.
is breakfast, I think. Like, in general, you've done a few breakfast shifts.
I can't tell if you're making it up. If you're bullshitting, you're doing it really well.
No, I'm not.
Chicken star, beef star, chip star.
No, because the chicken side of McDonald's is very, very vastly different to the beef side. Do you know what I mean? Like the beef bit, you gotta like really, really do your job. On the chicken side, if you overcook it a bit, who the fuck's gonna notice?
Genuinely, the Subway bit. I used to love Carl Donnelly's Subway bit about how everyone's got a different part.
Relay
Where'd
race.
you see yourself at Subway? I'm really good at cutting bread. But after that, I just don't know if I'd be capable of doing anything. I'd know I could cut bread, but then I'd really want to hand it on. Don't worry, we've got a place for you. Is it a bit of a... Is it like a relay? Not a relay thing. But is there a guy who's like, I just do the patties,
Yeah.
and then and then you're like, I can't do anything else. You're going to have to sort...
No, it's not just the patties. So there's a guy who like just does beef. He's just beef trained. And there's a guy who just does chicken. He's chicken trained.
Right.
And then occasionally the chicken guy will get a bit above his station and be like, I want to try beef next week. And they'll put him on beef. And if he smashes it, he'll get his second star. And then he might be just like a kitchen general.
Is
Do you
there a
know what I mean?
fish man?
What?
Is there a fish fella?
They do the chicken.
Oh,
Fish
both,
is part
'cause
of the
white.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in McDonald's, that sounded like... I mean, if you just clicked on the episode and skipped forward a little bit, that did sound stupid. Chicken is part fish, fish part chicken. That's everyone knows that.
He's not lying. Google's backing him up.
Was there ever a point? I love how, by the way, you got those stars because you did all those shifts. On a previous episode, you told us that once you like finished an 8-hour shift, someone didn't turn up and they were like, Adam, can you do another? You were like, yeah.
And then after that one again, it was a 24-hour shift, yeah. 3 8-hour shifts back to back.
Like a poo when he's done the 72-hour shift and he becomes a
oh,
hummingbird.
a poo.
No,
I thought
not
you were saying
a
like
poo.
a poo.
Yeah, like a shit. That's part of the chicken and the fish bit as well. Beef and then all of the
I
other
think
stuff.
the poo would be part of the beef. It's not
But
white meat,
you
it's
took
white
shifts
meat.
at McDonald's like you gig.
Yeah.
There's like the character type. Was there ever a time at shift where you were like, right, you're at Mackey's, none of the twatty managers are in. Do you fancy trying to make like a Big Mac with chicken? Is that ridiculous? Would you get sacked if you tried to make a double layer fucking Big Mac McChicken?
Well, for me or to sell.
Oh, not to sell. Because you don't want that
It's
being...
called a McGangbang, isn't it? You get 2 double
Dildo.
cheeseburgers.
What?
It's called a McGangbang.
Yeah.
What?
It's normally on the 2 weeks after the Big Tasty.
Have you tried the McSpit roast?
It's 2 double cheeseburgers and a chicken mayo in the middle. But you take the bread off the chicken mayo.
Yeah, that's what some people do. But you are right. People did experiment and stuff.
What did you do?
Like I made the chicken mac, the big chicken mac, the Big McChicken or whatever you want to call it. I put 2 chicken sandwiches instead of the 2 beef burgers. Fucking massive. But you would get in trouble if you got caught. So like, you used to get in trouble sometimes if you just made like a fresh thing for your break instead of just taking one out of the fucking thingy.
Right, yeah, because we're not wasting any food on a fucking member of staff.
Yeah.
They strike me as not an easy company to work for. But
No, they're all right, you know.
all right, okay.
Yeah.
Is it because this might be bullshit? The reason the chips are always the same is it because McDonald's? You go anywhere in the country, it gets a bit different when you're in like when you're abroad. You can taste a little bit of the chips being different. I mean, they try and make them identical. They always taste a little bit different, but all around the country, it's virtually identical. Is that because they're not version of trading standards, but like, have they got like a standards team
Yeah.
that just come in?
Yeah, it's called the Gap service.
What?
So they have mystery shoppers all the time.
Genuinely, I find this fascinating.
Like
Because
a
I'm the
secret
kind of
service.
dickhead I will now take gigs in Middlesbrough just so I can go to that service station, the new one in East, just so I can do weird food combos. Because I can't get bollock for that because I'm the customer. But if I was back in Mackie D's, I'd be like, oh, fuck, I want to experiment.
Yeah.
But then the Gap service come.
Yeah, so they're like mystery shopper, McDonald's own mystery shopper thing. And there's 2 hours every day where they're allowed to come in. So I think it's 12 till 1 and 5 till 7 or something like that. And in that time, certainly when I worked there, shit gets real. The manager's like, everything needs to be perfect. Those burgers need to go in the bin 2 minutes before the company standards say, because if you do a shit, like if you're like the shift manager or part of the shift team that gets your Mackies a shit like mystery shopper thing.
Oh, bollockins.
Oh, whoa.
What happens?
Whoever's on the beef side, they lose the fucking star. Ping. Whoever's on the chicken side, they lose the star. Ping. Whoever's on the fucking window. That was the captain of the ship, that. You know the guy who organises the drive-through? The guy who's like, right, give that to that car, tell that one to park up.
Oh, yeah, you sometimes see them.
They're the quarterback.
Oh, they're always at the last window, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just fucking making sure the drinks are in and...
They're the quarterback. They're like, if anyone waited too long, if anyone was sat at the window, if cars weren't getting told to park up when they're meant to, that was MVP.
Mate, McDonald's are so fucking good at that compared to every other drive-through. I don't know one drive-through that's got their shit together anything like a Mackie D's. Got 3 times the volume of cars, but they still manoeuvre and keep it moving
Do you remember
quicker.
the 3-window system they had where you get your bag with your fucking straw in?
No.
Don't you?
No.
Used to be 3 windows, you pay, and the second one you get your plastic bag with your straw and your sauce in, and then the last one you pick your food up.
Mate, that's where you hide in the weakest player on the squad, isn't it?
Straw guy.
Right. You've got the QB at the last fucking thing. Someone's got to be pretty competent to take the money.
Yeah.
No stars. I'm going to bang.
That's why they took it out.
I think that was like part of like an equal opportunity scheme that the government put in place. They were like, you've got to hire some people who literally can't do anything else with their lives apart from give people straws. So they built that second window. Then that government scheme went in the bin and they all got fired.
Yeah.
And then for years there was all
Break
this
it up.
hack comedians doing jokes about what happens at the McDonald's second window. They fired John, and John now lives at home with his ma.
Oh, bless John. What's the Spanish Inquisition like? This is basically Ofsted for Mackie D's. Were you ever part of like a bollocking?
No. So the way they do it, right, is someone comes in or through the drive-thru, can be either, and you would never know. It could be you. You would never know that they're the guy, right? So that's the point. For that hour, everyone gets impeccable service.
Yeah, you can't turn up like the critic in Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's here.
So it's a
Comes
good time
in
to go
with
to
a cake.
Mackey's then, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You get your good shit.
12 till 1, 5 till 7.
Something like that. Right. Something like that. This is 13 years ago, do you know what I mean, when I was there. So, but what they would do sometimes is they would send, like, the manager would get one of their mates to do, like, her fake one to make sure you were on point. But one time, me manager come through the drive-thru.
I remember you telling me this.
And I was on the drive-thru window, and he was just, like, pretending he wasn't me manager.
In a moustache.
No.
Hello, I'm Brian B. Customer.
Not in a uniform, not in anything. He was in his uniform. He still had his badge saying "Stay," right? I'm not making this up. So he pulls up in the drive-thru, and I went, "All right, stay." And he went, "Could I please have?" And he looked straight at Eddie. He didn't even look at me. He goes, "Could I please have a large Big Mac meal, with Coke with no ice, please? Thank you." And I went, "Stay, it's me. Why don't you just take it with you if you're going home? You could just take. Why are you paying for your food?" And he's like, "Could I have a large Big Mac meal with a large Coke with no ice, please?" And I was like, "Stay, you work here. What are you doing? You did." And then he come in like after we'd served him, and he goes, "Right, you failed there, and I'll tell you how you fail. If your mates come through the drive-thru, you don't know whether they work for Gap, so they could be the guy. They could be the person who's reviewing us. So you don't treat them colloquially like you've just done to me." And I was like, I would know if my friends were the McDonald's review nonsense. They'd bring that up, okay? So if my mates come through, I'm going to be like, I like Josh. He was like, "No, you don't do that. If your friend comes through the drive-thru, you treat them like any other customer." I was like, they'd think I'm insane then.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
What the fuck's up with Ro?
Imagine if you'd come through my drive-thru and you'd be like, "All right, Adam, lad." And I was like, "Can I take your order, please?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, lad? When you finish, yeah, I'll give you a lift." No. What would you like to eat? Fucking weird.
I'm
probably
going to
bottled
have to tell you there, Adam, you failed that because you recognised me. So, very unprofessional to treat me by my first name. I had a fucking badge on, Steve. How long did you work at Mackie D's?
Nearly 18 months. 16 to 18.
Fair enough.
I've never worked with food, mate. Have you ever worked in the hospitality industry?
I hope you edit that you're on camera then. You're like, I never worked with food, me. Just love people and holidays. Yeah, I worked in a pizzeria in Preston, which was a fucking great job.
Front of house?
No, I was 16, 17. And I quit college and I was waiting to start the other college. I quit sixth form and I had this few months where I was just, my dad was letting me live with him and I was padding out. I knew I was going back to college, so it was just get on with it. I needed a bit of money. I needed to pay a little bit of rent. Like, you know, sort of token rent where your parents are like, well, you're not living here for free. But it wasn't cunt. My dad wasn't a total cunt about it. So I got a job in a steel stockholders for a couple of months. That was awful.
I don't know whether you clocked yourself
What?
there. It was like you were calling your dad a cunt, but not a total cunt. You went, my dad wasn't a cunt. He wasn't a total cunt about it.
Well, that was at a time in our... this is a Patreon. Yeah, it is. I was at a time in my sort of teen years. It was after my mum had died, and my dad was living with a woman called Linda, who was, now how do I put this politely, a massive fucking cunt. And my dad is a bit of a spineless shit, so there was cuntery afoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like she was allowed to just be a, like, obvious bully, but she had a way of making everything more difficult. And my dad was daft enough to be like, it's what she wants, and I think it's her. She's a good point she's making. So it was just all hassle. So she'd obviously go, he's fucking paying rent. If he's living here, he's paying rent. So my dad just sort of, can't remember, but he made me pay a bit of rent. So I
You
needed
think
to,
she was threatening to hold the pussy hostage?
oh, what can I tell you here? What can I tell you
It's
here?
going to get juicy.
I've just got a message from my dad the other day. I spoke to my dad for the first time in ages. Like, me and my dad hardly talk at the moment. He lives in not that far from where my sisters live. I'm back at my sister's regularly. We see him so rarely. He's just a bit like, because he's with my now stepmom, who's a different woman. It's eggy. And he's just wants an easy life. So he goes, look, I live with someone who makes things difficult. My kids, they're doing their own thing. So what I'll do is just keep everything sweet here. I'll just not bother them and it won't piss her off. But what happens is we don't hear or see from him at all. Like Etta asked if he was dead. Like, if you ever want, like, because she knows my mum's dead, because it comes up. Because Etta's old enough now to be like, because she's like, oh, I've got a grandma and a granddad.
Yeah.
So, like, where's my other grandma and granddad? Because she's got kids who are like, I've got two nanas. So I've had to have the conversation like, my mum, which would have been your nana, she died. And she's like, oh, it's a really hard conversation. Like, she's like, oh, and you were sad? I was like, yeah, darling, I was. And she's like, and your dad, he's dead. And you're like, no, you just hardly ever say it. Man, it's so brutal. You're like, oh my God. So I didn't overreact to be like, no, he's just fucking weird. I was like, no, he's fine, it's grandpa. But because she hasn't seen him since before the pandemic, she's like, not really sure who you mean, mate. Rang my sister and I was like, you will never believe. She genuinely doesn't even know he's still fucking alive. That's just like, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I can't remember exactly what I was saying.
Pussy hostage.
Yeah, back at the time, I think it was, this is so treacherous. It's quite a sexualized relationship, I think.
Yeah.
I think. I am literally wading through some fucking choppy waters here. But because it's a Patreon, I'm having fun. And also, what everyone doesn't know is we started the episode and then I was like, oh, can we restart this? And then it's in my head, I feel responsible to be like, here's the juice, boys. I restarted it. There was a weird 2 minutes, but I fucking restarted it.
I don't mind sort of doing it for you. So
Yeah,
you don't get
write
in
it
trouble if you
down.
want.
Write it down and Adam can be you.
Oh, yes. When you write secrets down, who would you want to pass them to with a microphone in front of him? That's right.
Do you think that's what was going on?
Well, I think
Listen, love, you want this juicy pussy? He's paying rent. Do you reckon that ever got said out loud?
Where's she from?
at that volume. That's how Lancastrians talk about sex. Hey, if you want to smash this, I know we're in a fucking post office.
Maybe they had like an argument.
I found a porn stash.
His? Oh, a
Well,
porn stash.
Like, you've got to assume it was theirs. This is, by the way, not my dad left her a few years after. Thank fuck. She's such a bellend. Yeah, I found a porn stash. It's pretty.
Where
It's
was
the
it?
kind of porn stash that if it had been the other way round, there's some weird things that happen in your life. You know, I shouldn't have been rummaging, but you're like, oh, there's a fucking suitcase in a weird spot. Oh my God. Not even like that's a weekend away. That's maybe a week or 2 weeks kind of suitcase. I was like,
Videos or just
genuinely, because at the time I would have been 17, about 17, 18. I honestly, you know the bit in Pulp Fiction where Vince and Jules go and like, does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch? Yeah. Ezekiel 25:17. But at one point, they opened the case, and Tarantino did it on purpose. Never showed what was in the case. Never showed why they were getting killed. But as they opened the case like that, they put a golden light, like a yellow light, in the suitcase. So it just lit up John Travolta's face. And there's an air of mystery about what they've got killed for. It was a little bit like that in terms of a porn stash. You know when you're at your wankiest?
Yeah.
Oh my
Was it
God.
home videos?
No.
Was it videos? Was it magazines and videos or just videos?
Magazines, video. Yeah.
Right.
This was,
Can I ask you a question?
it was video era. It was video
Can I
era.
ask you a
Yeah.
question? Did you borrow any?
Do you need to ask that question?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, I was treating it like Blockbusters. I'm not even joking. I was in there. I was like my first Love Film subscription. I was like, well, I'm done with this one. Let's wait till everybody's out. She's like, he's fucking paying rent. I'm like, well, I'm getting my money back on rentals.
I think I would be quite uncomfortable knowing I've wanked to the same thing as me dad.
Now you see it. It seems like a valid point, but at the time I was like, holy shit. And also, none of it was like current. It was all the sort of like, so this is like late 90s. This would have been
60s porn.
No. Hello, sir. Hello, madam. Oh, what a lovely pair of corkers you've got. We'll fuck again. No, it was like late 80s and...
Oh, bushes.
Oh, my God, there was Pierre Bush. Oh, yeah. It was.
You know, like the old porn where they said there used to be bushes in it?
Yeah.
Right. How bushy are we talking about? Is it just like they haven't shaved? Or is it like they've intentionally grown a big fucking minge throw?
They just didn't shave their la pum-pum, did
Yeah,
they?
but like, are we talking like sort of my beard?
Like
Or are we
Valderrama?
talking like...
Oh, no, curls and everything. Yeah.
But like, is it like an inch thick?
No, it's not like Epping Forest. Can I just tell you what happened in my head? I was like, forest or woods in the UK? Epping Forest? In my head, I was like, nailed it down.
Is it warmer? Have you ever had one?
I'm not. I know I'm old, but
No, but
I wasn't banging in the 80s, was I? I don't know. I'm of the trimmed era.
Right.
You know. Have you noticed though, in modern porn, some bushes are coming back, some pubes are coming back.
Yeah.
They're on the.
bit.
They're on
In
the.
fashion.
They're on the cum. Yeah. So
Have you got like a preference? I don't mean in porn. I mean like in real life. Do you want it like...
I feel like we dodged that. That could have got worse.
Oh, no, I hate hairs in my mouth. I hate hairs in my mouth.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a hair in my food?
Yeah.
It puts me off so fucking much.
Right, hang on. Of course it does. Because that's for some fucking greasy chef in a restaurant. If you're going down on a girl, you can't be like, I cannot believe there's a fucking hair in my
No.
mouth. Where did this come from?
No, but I
The
don't
big
like-
vagina in
he
front
asked
of
me
you.
for my preference.
Oh, right, okay,
I'm
yeah.
not going to tell them, but my preference is no hair.
I know, but to equate this, it's not like, oh, I'm just having a soup. Hang on, what's this?
Yeah, but do you want like Ken doll smooth? Or let's say Barbie doll smooth?
I ain't licking off no kinder. Yeah.
Or do you want like...
No, because the friction, I don't like, because it's like Velcro on
You
my
want
beard.
it waxed?
Yeah.
Freshly waxed?
Yeah, it's like
Bald
Velcro on my beard.
puss.
Otherwise, yeah.
Oh, that takes a lot, doesn't it? Takes a lot of upkeep, that, for the lady.
Yeah. So they have lasers and stuff.
I
don't
like
they,
it to have a little hat on. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, on the top?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant on like the fucking bowling green.
I just like know, like I want it to be nice and clean for me to work in, but I like to know she's an adult as well.
You have to get to that stage. To know.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yep. Let's play.
Yeah.
Play ball.
It's basically like a natural ID. So you don't have to ask her for a driving license before you bang her.
That was the nonsiest thing you've said.
You can call me a fucking knobhead, but if Gylfi Sigurdsson had listened to me, he wouldn't be in as much trouble.
No, they get bush early, don't they?
Not necessarily.
It's going hard again.
Start again.
I don't
know what you mean,
People
but-
who are like, "Oh, I like it all natural."
But the
That's a bit
workspace,
much,
the
innit?
workspace, I like to be.
I can forgive a hairy arsehole as well. Because it's hard to get in there, isn't it? It's harder to like shave your arsehole or wax your arsehole than it is.
Yeah. Don't you have? But you have. If you go for the full, everything's. You're doing it. Someone else is doing it for you, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going to a Chinese waxing place where they're like, "Oh my god."
A lot of people, but some people just take a fucking razors at their own bumhole like I
Oh no.
do. I do.
I can't.
No,
believe
I mean the inner cheek, maybe, but you can't stray too close to the fucking.
you can with Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Code word 20.
We're 20.
Welcome to your ad-free episode.
We'd never put adverts in Patreon, but if you want a clean, shiny bumhole, I've never had.
There's actually a place open in Liverpool where you can take your Manscaped products to, and a Chinese woman will do your arsehole for you with it. It's cheaper because she doesn't have to buy any equipment.
Someone reminded me of that sheep story about Bondi's mate getting waxed. You've heard that one, haven't you?
Which one?
It's from fucking ages ago, when my Asian mate, Bondi, my mate from school, he was at dental school, and his Asian mate went and got waxed, and he got his Jaguar pelt of chest hair out, and she was a trained professional waxer, and she was Chinese. It was a Chinese waxing place, and he got his top off. He was really self-conscious, and she went, "Oh my god, so hairy," and then worked her way up, but it filled up the hour that they'd had
Don't
scheduled.
they scissor it first?
She cut into it. She cut into it with the razor, then started waxing. She was like, "You're going to have to come back tomorrow." And he came back and told us about it, and we were like, he was like, "She's only done half." So we were all laughing in Bondi's like rented house in Cardiff, and he was like, "Yeah, she's just done half." We were like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, she's left half." We were like, "Please, let's see it." I have never seen a bigger laugh as when Sheeps took his top off and there was just this beautiful bowl cut just over his nipples.
And it's called Sheeps.
Yeah, it's Shitala, I think, is Asian. He's Asian. So and everyone just shortened it to Sheeps.
Sheeps. And he's shaved.
I've never got my gooch. So Laura, when I met her, was like fucking dolphin smooth, which is borderline. Again, it's entrapment, isn't it? Like, "Oh, you want to date me? Shiny, shiny." You know, and now it's Wild Thornberries, and that's fine because I love her to bits. But I've had my back waxed, which was not a fun hour of my life.
I just get Sam to shave it now.
That's love. Could you get your gooch and bum area out in front of a waxer?
I could get it out. I've got no problem with someone seeing it, but I don't want it waxed. I'll show them it though.
I think that's frowned upon.
Imagine going in and going, "Look at this. I don't want to shave him, but fucking get on now."
Do you want me to start waxing? No! Look at it! For an hour! I've paid! Mr. Rowe, why you come do this twice a week? It's too much. Looking into the Black Star of West Derby. Let me shave it or let me look away.
On all fours.
Just had it for an hour. Go on! Look at it!
Yeah, I've got no problem. What I'm saying is, I've got no problem getting my arsehole out. But if someone's going to shave it, it's probably going to be me.
Would you ever worry about getting an erection with a doctor?
Why?
Ever thought, like, 'cause in case you have to get it out, you have to have a look, and it just happens out of nowhere.
Well, I've got my dick out in front of medical professionals a couple of times, and it's the least arousing thing I've ever done. So maybe.
I'm worried it might disappear back in itself more than the erection thing.
Oh my god! So the
Also, what's the worry with that?
Because you're standing there while a doctor's looking at your dick, and it just you get a big fat store.
But what's the problem?
I suppose it's more for him to look at, isn't it?
Like, There's no issue, is there? Yeah, I've got it hard on because my brain works weird.
You'd have to say
No,
that.
I think it might be a little bit socially awkward.
Yeah.
It's like a natural.
me.
kind of
Doctor,
thing.
we've got a thing you're going to have to see. You're going to have to look at me dick. They're like, all right, cool. Right, get it out. Okay, he's getting bigger. Yeah, yeah, I want to see. Yeah, and then it stretches out, prods him in the eye.
I would feel absolutely no embarrassment from that whatsoever. I don't get the thing with doctors. Like, whatever you're showing a doctor is very unlikely that it's the weird or worst thing he's ever seen. I won't be the first fucking dead hard knob that like he's looked
Do
at.
you get one when he's fingering your ass?
I've never been fingered by a doctor.
You have, haven't you?
I'm not that old.
I thought it was.
You look at 1930s porn. Yeah, you remember
You've
porn
never
in the
been-
war.
you've
War
never-
porn, Dan. Remember war porn?
One. What's war porn?
I don't know.
Kamikaze.
Getting bummed in a trench.
I haven't had the proctology.
Subtle.
I haven't had the prostate exam. What time does that start? It's now, isn't it?
Surely 40, yeah.
Oh, surely 40.
Yeah. You had your free pen yet?
For what? For what? For my alarm clock? What?
Sun Life guarantee.
Oh, you cunt. What, because I don't want to leave the expense of my funeral to my loved ones?
Yeah.
And I get a free gift?
Yeah.
It's a good gift.
Parker pen. Good pen.
Yeah. The good Parker pen.
Are you looking forward to meeting Michael Parkinson?
He's still going, you know. I thought he was dead.
You're thinking of Terry Wogan?
He is dead.
Oh, Parky's super old if he's not dead, isn't he?
He looks
I think he's
old.
got Parkinson's.
Do you know?
Ironic.
Do you know a couple of weeks ago? I'm just going to ignore that. Do you know a couple of weeks ago? I was in town with Sam. Day before we went on holiday.
Yeah.
Right? And we went to Bramley's Cafe in town, which is
Nice.
like the Goat Cafe in Liverpool. And as we come out, there was a fella sat outside in the little courtyard bit. And you know, you have one of those moments where you go, where the fuck do I know his face from? And I went to Sam, where the fuck do I know his face from? And she was like, I don't know. I was like, he's famous. And I went, it's Terry Wogan. It isn't. It took me 5 minutes to realise that a man who looked like Terry Wogan was there.
You keep
But I was
seeing-
convinced it was Terry
You
Wogan.
keep seeing old dead men, don't you?
What was the other one?
In the Bulldog.
And the bulldog.
Sykes.
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 He was there. I don't care. The ghost of Sykes was in the Bulldog then.
And Teddy Wogan was outside Bramley's Cafe.
No, I was just someone who looked like him.
Dead celebrities haunting eateries and drinkeries in the Merseyside area.
Eateries and drinkeries.
I liked that. I liked it. I liked it.
Pubs and cafes.
Ah, no. Yeah?
I'd just like to remind everyone of Epping Forest. I can't believe you'd be fine with getting an erection in front of a doctor.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm not going to start fucking wanking in his face, am I? I can control me.
How
I
did you get
mean,
rid
you've
of it?
taken one step towards it, though, haven't you?
No?
Have you ever got your dick out in front of a doctor?
No.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
In the doctor, yeah. You're in the doctor's surgery.
Yeah.
It's like in the street.
Yeah, right, Doc.
Mate, when you said in the doctor, I don't mind getting an erection and then fucking them. They're medical professionals.
My doctor's a lady, so I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I probably, I don't know. Weirdly, just so I don't want any accusations, I'd probably rather get an erection in front of like a male doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Just so I don't have to be like, why? Like the old Asian dude that was my doctor, that was the only doctor that looked at my dick. He was just like, he wasn't like, oh, I've seen it all before. He was like, oh, you could tell he wanted to be like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Oh, no.
Got a
I'm
question
going
for
to have a
you.
look at dick. And I think he did it. He's just put your little finger out like that. Like, just to, I wasn't erect, right? I think my memory of it is that he went, okay, take trousers off. And then went, he got a pen from his top and he went, yeah, no. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Well, okay. Like that. It's like, touch my dick with a pen. Let me
Did
see.
you want to touch it with his tongue? Hang on.
Let me see the other side.
That's sort of my question. So, let's say you and Laura broke up.
I know where this is going.
So Laura's gone.
This is going to be insane.
I didn't see this coming. As I was fingering his finger with a pen, I didn't think next we're going to be doing a Laura's Gone.
So Laura's gone.
Where's she gone? Where's she gone?
She got a train.
Oh, she's changed it up.
Yeah, she got a train
Yeah.
to France, the Eurostar.
Oh, Eurostar.
Yeah.
Chester to St Pancras.
Yeah, she was
St
going on a
Pancras,
day
yeah.
trip with the kids. She got the train, got off in, where's the stop? Paris?
Yeah.
Paris. And she went to see the Eiffel Tower, and a billionaire was there,
Right.
and he was there because he was signing a contract in front of the Eiffel Tower to own the Eiffel Tower.
They're selling the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
To a reclusive billionaire that no one's ever heard of.
A reclusive
called Michael
billionaire?
Robinson.
Old Mike Robinson, who's a reclusive billionaire, but signs his deals in front of the Eiffel Tower that he's buying.
Yeah.
What's his money from?
What?
How's he made his billions?
He's bought towers all over the world. Blackpool, he's had for years.
Yeah.
Spinnaker.
He originally got his money from making homemade jam. And it just went massive.
Matt Robinson's jam, was it?
Did he invent jam?
Yeah.
Because I think you'd...
His granddad did.
Oh, yeah,
Tony
yeah, yeah.
Robinson.
Tony Robinson.
Tony Robinson.
So Michael, did I say Robinson?
Yeah,
Robinson,
yeah, you
the billionaire.
did. Yeah.
He's there, and Laura's like, what are you doing then? He's like, just buying the Eiffel Tower. Can I get you some coffee? And she's like, you know what? Coffee's harmless. Anyway, they end up banging.
Outside the Eiffel Tower or in the coffee shop?
What?
Outside the Eiffel Tower in the coffee shop.
I can't just say, my wife likes caffeine, but not that much.
No,
She's
just-
not like, oh my God, someone's bought me a coffee.
That was a long story
So,
short.
like, where are the kids?
What?
They're like, mummy, have some jam. Shut up.
The
The
Eiffel
Mum's
Tower.
Village that's at the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
The Michael Tower. He's renamed it. He's renamed it. It's the Michael Tower. Right?
He doesn't fuck around, does he? It's like Mike Ashley with Newcastle.
The Michael Tower.
I bought a tower. It's the Michael Tower.
Right? So they're in the crash up there
Nice.
with
Yeah, yeah.
Jean-Claude, the guy who runs the nursery.
Oh, okay.
So they're there. Your wife has now decided, you know, I'm on holiday. I'm just going to live my life. So they end up banging. They fall in love. And anyway, she's gone. So you go to doctors.
I love how you got bored of your own Laura's gone. So I've given enough of it. She's a fucking jam billionaire. And she loves toast. Jean-Claude, who's in charge of the creche. I tell you right now, if you have kids, don't leave them with a nursery assistant called Jean-Claude.
600 foot in the sky.
Go on.
So she's gone.
Right.
You've gone to the doctors. And you get an erection. It's a girl doctor.
Yeah.
What would you do if she just starts sucking you
I
off?
knew you were going to say that. I
my
knew you were going to say that.
Would you let her? If she's just like,
Hey, I'd let her if Laura was still here. I'd be like, honestly, Laura, I thought it was a new procedure. I didn't go to university for 7 years. Maybe she knows something we don't.
exactly,
Maybe she's taking a sample.
plausible deniability, it's called, in court.
Yeah, I think that's what Laura had said. But, oh, no, it's not. It's plausible deniability. You're fine.
Yeah, maybe you've gone though because you're like you're having a problem with ejaculating. Maybe you're like, no matter what I do, I can't come. And then she's like, well, fucking see about that. Blah, 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 blah.
You've definitely made videos of that online.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the NHS have made some instructional
What would you do
videos.
if it was a man and he went, your dick's broke, but I can fix it only one way?
I'd be like, put the pen away. No.
I'd be like, what's the way?
Sucking it off.
Oh no, I'm all right.
Yeah.
And your dick falls off.
Yeah, I have no dick.
Well, okay.
Rather than
I love
getting
it how Carl got annoyed that we weren't playing the game of like get noshed off by Dr. Tapel. So he's like, yeah, and then your dick falls off and then you die. Yeah? Fucking dick.
yeah. What would you do?
If a lady...
You're single. Sadika's gone.
Yeah.
She's just gone.
Yeah.
Got bored, yeah.
Got off. Yeah, I'll have to be like, oh no.
If you only got one gone in you an episode, yeah, Serica's gone. I don't know where. I don't care.
And it's just like...
She's an attractive. She's this doctor is
Who's saying no?
32-year-old. You know,
Jean-Claude.
she's very attractive.
Who's
She's
saying-
called Pippa Sweeze.
Where's she from?
What? West Derby?
Pippa Sweeze.
Pippa Sweeze, Dr. Sweeze from West
Dr.
Derby.
Sweeze, yeah.
Who's saying no to that? A single man and the doctor's trying to suck them off.
Here's one. You with Sam? Sam's here. Sam stayed.
She's
Yeah.
in the waiting
Laura's
room.
here.
Yeah.
Laura's not. She's not in the waiting room. She's at home. You've driven yourself to the doctor's, and you're like, I'm really having trouble with can't seem to get an erection, and I'm a bit worried and everything. And then she's like, well, let's see what I can do. And you're in a relationship, and then she starts caressing you like, what are you doing? She's like, this is a really good technique. And then she gets on, she goes, fucking hell, lad, because she's Dr. Sweeze. You know, Dr. Pippa Sweeze.
Yeah.
She's like, lad, I've seen a lot of dicks medically in my time. But I tell you what, Rowie Bags, I got a fucking...
she's
nearly
a
made myself gay. Do you know what happened then? Jesus Christ. I actually put myself in Pippa Sweeze's position. And I was about to go, but I got to taste this one. And I was like, oh, Dan, you're acting too well. And then she just starts noshing you off.
Yeah.
Would you you'd be like, whatever your cum face is like, fucking get on me. What? Like that. What? Whatever a scouse jizz is. Fucking hell, Gerard.
Yeah.
And then she was like, right, that can just stay between you and me, not even going in your notes.
Yeah.
And off she goes.
So you're asking me, am I an offer away from cheating on my girlfriend?
No, but professionally with a doctor.
Professional cheating.
No, it's not, but it's doctor, isn't it?
What would she put in the notes? Oh, he was sucked off last time you were there.
I tell you what, that cum better be with Booper.
I would assume that Sam had set me up.
I love how his head works.
Straight there.
I'd be like, she's paid this doctor a few £100 to suck me off as a test.
So as she was stroking, you'd be like, no!
Yeah.
Hey!
No, the stroking, I'd be like, maybe she's checking something.
When
As
she
soon as
when she
was like,
spat on it.
As soon as she was like, yeah.
when Dr. Suisse went,
Yeah.
like that, you'd be like,
Like,
something's...
that's not right, that.
no, something's right here.
Because I'm pretty sure in the oath that doctors take, there's a no spitting on patients rule.
Plus, Dr. Suisse, have you got a Greg's uniform on underneath? Yeah, this is a fucking setup.
Yeah, I'd assume it was a setup. I'd be like, I'm not falling for this. Wherever your camera is, fuck you, Sam. Passed, didn't I?
So you push Dr. Suisse off.
When she said, I want to taste it, when she started tickling it, I'd be like, maybe this is a procedure. Maybe she's seeing what happens. When she started, I'd be like, come on, this is
But
not.
you'd stop it. You'd be like,
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think the train's left the station on that one for me.
Even if there's a
I'd go
camera.
back and be like, Laura, you are not going to believe what just happened at Sorgal Doctors.
I'll just come on a doctor's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, these videos definitely exist on the internet.
Even the bit where he goes back to his wife and tells her what he did.
In Sorgal.
What a weird end to a porn film. I'm sorry, love. Well, we've learned a lot about each other there.
Priest fellow who's like, no, don't do
You
it.
ever seen
don't
that?
do it.
The priest porn. I'll show you in the gap. It's funny. It's funny as fuck.
Should we have a break?
Yeah.
What's happening, guys? Ooh, look at your outfit. Shocking. You look horrible in that. That's a shit t-shirt, jumper, dress thing, whatever that is you've got on. What you need, lad, is a fucking t-shirt or a hoodie from haveawordpod.com. You want some official Have a Word merch? Go to haveawordpod.com and get some then, instead of wearing that fucking shite you've got on. It's horrible. You look a joke. Don't believe in the house like that. You want a hoodie that says rat? That's what you need, lad. Go and get it. haveawordpod.com. I'm thinking of starting a fine art collection.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a fine art shop in Newcastle where I was over the weekend.
Not just an art shop.
No.
A fine
Called Castle Fine Art.
fine art shop.
The reason I wanted to get something, in the window there was a Billy Connolly original. You know, since he got Parkinson's, he started painting and stuff. It was really good. It was £1,200, so I didn't get it.
Right.
But I'm thinking, you know, if
I'll go up in value.
it will. So I might buy one.
But you need to buy a house first, though, before you start a fine.
Here's
A
what,
fine art collection in a rented property seems a bit batshit.
what I'm thinking now is invest in the fine art and use the profits to buy a big house.
Okay.
Did you buy it?
No.
Right.
But I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to give it some careful.
Yeah, we'll give it some careful.
Can we make NFTs? For real?
Non-fungible tokens.
Yeah. I reckon, Joe, the GIFs.
Yeah.
I reckon we make them NFTs. And we make, there's like 10 now, is there? Maybe a little bit less. Say we make like 20 and we get someone to write the code. I reckon it'd
Right.
be fucking sick. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be expensive, but we just I reckon genuinely do it. If
Yeah.
someone knows what to do.
It's basically going to be IndieClone buying a non-fungible token off us for 40 quid and then no one bidding against him.
No, it doesn't matter. He owns it. He doesn't have to bid against it. He's just like,
No, we have to sell it, though.
yeah. But I'm saying it's not going to be like a big market, but there could be in the future. Like, I've got the original. I mean, if we get massive.
I think
Right.
non-fungible tokens are absolute bollocks, and I
Yeah.
think they're going to die out this year.
Right. Well, better buy some drawings then.
If someone knows, I know Matthew obviously knows, can you email us, please?
No, but they're non-fungible. Like, drawings are fungible. Aren't they?
Don't you dare talk to me about fungibility. I grew up learning about fungibility. I grew up in a fungible household.
Yeah.
I don't even know what words I'm saying.
Fungible means has value.
Yeah.
Everything's got value, hasn't it?
What?
Everything's got value.
No.
Everything has.
Your man's pussy hasn't. It's stretched out. It's worn. It stinks. Worthless.
Jesus.
I had one response and I didn't say it.
Jesus. Got some questions?
I'll probably cut that out, if I'm honest.
No, you can't cut that out. No.
Blake says, fighters going without sex. Yo, love watching Paddy the Bad Man do the business over the weekend. Class. I love boxing and MMA. I always get stuck on the whole not shagging or spunking for 8 weeks pre-fight. It blows my mind that a fighter can do it and not just get to the point where he's humping a ring girl or Bruce Buffer through sheer horniness. My question is, how long... My question is, how long...
Howling.
My question is, how long? My question is, how long do you think you could manage, and what would you be like after 8 weeks of a dick embargo?
Like a Super Soaker 3000.
Blake.
Like space hoppers. I'd bounce into the ring on me bollocks.
But like, Paddy the Baddy, like, what? Oh,
I don't really understand the logic behind it.
It's testosterone, isn't it?
Yeah, but also there's like a value in a fight to being calm and taking your shots when they come. And I'd be a lot calmer if I was empty of cum.
Yeah, you need to see that doctor just before the... I'm come for Mr. Rose vitamin B shot. And
Just
also...
like, I'm a bit on edge if I haven't had a little spaff, you know
You
what I mean?
need to be on edge in a fight, don't you?
You don't. You don't. I think it makes you like more likely to make mistakes and get overexcited.
when he talks about it, you don't.
He's in the fight game,
And
isn't
I know that through years of training fighters and being a fighter. I was a fighter. Yeah.
You should make the only way to sort of.
I don't think this happens anymore, you know, by the way. I don't think this is the
he?
thing.
Olympians do it. Runners and
I
stuff.
think it's a bit of an old hat thing. The old, they're not allowed to. I think it's like a bit, not apocryphal, but a bit of like a
What's that?
apocryphal.
What's that mean?
It just means like a bit like a legend or an urban myth. Like it's been made up. I think it
Like the Loch
might.
Ness Monster.
Yeah, 8 weeks without spunk is just like the Loch Ness Monster. And I don't think loads of fighters are doing this as part of a regime.
I thought Olympians did it, though, runners. I thought
Right.
that was a... I know,
No, but the Olympic Village is like a shag session, isn't
yeah,
it?
after they've done their thing. That's the point of it. They're all finished. They're not competing no more.
Why did they stay around after they're done? Wouldn't you just get off?
So they can shag everyone.
You don't know what you're on about, do you? That honestly,
Oh, they're not shagging before the event.
you're not winning the gold and be like, yeah, I've got to do 2 more weeks in the Olympic Village. You know, just because
what
it's
they do
like,
is they get off the podium and walk onto the plane.
Yeah, I would.
I think there is a lot of shagging going on in the Olympic Village because
Have you
they're
seen
all
what
just young and beautiful.
Did
And
you see the beds they had in Japan
right,
this year?
go on.
Did you see them? They were cardboard beds. They're going to take the weight of one person to stop it, to stop COVID spreading. So 2 people couldn't get on one bed.
What if they were 2 really thin people though? Because surely like the shot putter had a different one to the 100-meter women's finalist.
He couldn't shag any of them then, could he?
No, but like two skinny sprinters could shag
On a shot putter.
on a shot putter.
Lie down, Jeff. Come on, take one for the team.
No,
Why?
because you're not just, when you're having sexual intercourse,
Yeah.
moving as well, aren't you? So you're putting more weight.
One person's moving. Yeah. Some people just.
Well, I don't know if anyone else thought about date rape then.
Nope.
She's
They
coming
wouldn't be
round.
able to say go on, would they? That's why I said go on. So you knew she was willing and able.
Okay.
Or he.
Thanks for clearing
Or
that up.
them.
Woo! Thank you. Did you think Paddy the Baddy? Mate, it was great fun. I don't. You watched it live. I just watched the
it in
clip.
Alton Manor, yeah.
Did he get? So from what I made out, I'm not as big as MMA on it. Did he get clipped a bit early?
Oh, it
He
wasn't
got-
a clip.
He got knocked out, but refused to be knocked out.
It sounded like a
Right.
tree snapping.
Yeah.
Like it was a big left, and
He
he
got-
got
Very early on.
about 2 minutes in.
Yeah,
Maybe like a minute in.
Are they 5-minute rounds?
Yeah.
Right. Did they only do 5-minute rounds for the championship? Have they
No,
changed
it's
that?
like 5 rounds for championships. So 3
Or
rounds.
main event.
Of course, yeah.
So the main event, regardless of whether it's a title fight,
5.
is 5 rounds.
5 of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
25.
any title fight is 5 as well.
Yeah.
But he
But
got
every other fight is
whacked. A minute and a half, a minute in. Ete maybe like defended for like 30 seconds and then came out of nowhere and just fucking punched the kid's head.
Because I watched the closing flurry and it looked like he was absolutely twatting him. It was great.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
No.
Like, he was brilliant and he got performance of the night because... And it's almost even better that he took a dig
Yeah.
because the chat after that fight could have been, if he just battered him like he did in the end.
Too easy.
It's like, oh, well, we'll have to see when he gets tested. That's what they always say, isn't it? He hasn't been tested yet. He has
got
now.
tested. That was like, I
In
was
his
like,
debut.
oh my. When he took it, I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
He's
I was
gonna
watching
do
it.
well to come back from that.
I was watching it with Simon Wozniak, and he was like, it's over. He went, he'll get out the next minute, and then it's done. And then, I don't know, where he does what he does. And I celebrated like I would celebrate Liverpool winning a Champions League quarter-final. Like, I nearly knocked me pint all over my laptop. I was screaming backstage at the Customs House. It was fucking
great.
wonderful to watch.
Fucking fantastic.
Well, not only is he like, you'd love him anyway, wouldn't you? Because he's a Scouse fighter,
what
and
it
sound,
is-
but like he's one of ours.
It's because he's
He's
a
a
normal.
lid.
Yeah.
It's normal Scousers on telly. I was saying it about that show, the BBC show. What was it called?
Stephen Graham and
Yeah.
Sean.
Seeing not like Mac Manaman. Oh, he's a Scouser. He's fucking not. Like seeing real like me and him Scousers on
not
telly.
Ringo Starr.
Seeing him in the UFC talking to Megan Levy and Bruce Buffer's
That
there.
interview. Who do you want to fight next? I'm not calling anyone out. The only people I want to call out is a company. Instagram, give me my account back, you lizards. And see, I love the clip that went viral. I love the guy just goes,
Yeah. But to see normal Scouts like that on telly,
the way she
unfiltered.
reacted like, okay.
Did you see him
Like
talking
she-
about his knockout with Michael Bisping?
Go on.
So Michael Bisping's like, let's have a look at your, he's like, let's have a look at your your finishing sort of flurry.
Where's he from? Is he from Rochdale, Bisping, originally?
I think he's like
I thought he was
Greater
Nike.
Manchester.
right,
yeah.
okay.
But Paddy's like, I just watch here. Of course I'm there. You can see I'm just twatting his head in, and then sleep, kid. And
He's being normal. He's not filtered. He's like
He's
that sat
being
there. And
Scouse
he's
normal.
like that on talking to Michael Bisping in the octagon. He's the same kid.
Can you imagine if he said, get on me? Oh, my God.
But he probably did at some
Bisping-
point. Like,
Bisping,
Dana
like-
White, get on me there. He will have said that. He's not filtered. He's normal. So fucking nice to see as a Scouser.
yeah. He
And
if
Molly
he
as well.
wins,
Molly the same. Molly was fantastic as well.
yeah. But Molly's amazing, and I really like her. She's a regular hot water Molly. She's sound as fuck. He is a star. Do you know what I mean? Molly's great, and she's flying the flag for Liverpool and all that. Paddy's a different breed to even Darren Till, who's been headlining UFC events for years now. If Paddy wins his next two fights, he could easily by then be the biggest name in the UFC.
Really?
Yeah. He's got like 500,000 followers nearly. After he went into the fight with 50,000.
He's more. He's over 300k now.
On Twitter? He's got 300,000 on Twitter?
No, on
Instagram.
Instagram.
He's like- he's like
on his new account. Instagram haven't given him his account back.
Should a new account and built 350.
He's got more followers than he had before he lost his account.
Oh, my God. I was impressed because I just clocked his Twitter followers. It was just shy of 50 like a few days ago.
Blow. Because
And-
he said that as
and
like
it's-
his Instagram and blown up. If he comes back to England and brings the UFC with him, like it was meant to be in London anyway, and there's more like Aspinall is on the card and there's more, it'd be fucking unbelievable.
What weight is he? Is he about Connor's weight?
He's Connor's weight.
Is he?
155, yeah.
Oh, Connor's going to be gone by the time he's ready, though, isn't he?
No.
You don't think?
I think...
It could be this.
Yeah, but surely Connor can't be around much longer.
No, I don't know about that.
He's
So
really
Con-
young.
Yeah, Connor's young for an MMA fighter.
It was like 32.
But Anthony
Yeah.
Till is 37.
Right.
So here's how I see it
Okay.
going. I think Paddy wins his
And you know
next-
the fight game. You know it, don't you? You know because you worked
No,
as
I
a
just
trainer.
like no, I don't know the intricacies of it, but I think Paddy. Let's say he wins his next two fights, because like no disrespect to Paddy, the UFC aren't stupid, right? And they know what they've got potentially in that lad. They can see what he wants to be. I think his next two opponents might be gimmies, and I'm not saying things are fixed. What I'm saying is they might go, let's give him two that he'll beat, because then he's a cash.
But that's not fixed. That's what they've been doing in fighting for years, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like
everybody.
when
Well,
yeah.
They're not going to test them early.
Anthony Joshua, if you look at his career, when he won the gold and he turned professional, it's almost like on a computer game. You know, when you're playing like an old shitty computer game where you're like, this guy's like clearly a pub fighter.
Yeah.
You do 2 or 3 of them, it builds, and then all
They
of a
want him to
sudden
get there.
you're like a British boxing champion, and then
It's not
They're
like-
not going to test him the next two fights.
It's not in their interest for him to lose one of his next couple of fights. So
I don't think it'll be a bum and a gimme, but I think it'll be a nice.
it'll be ones where he's
Matchup.
expected to win.
Like, he was expected to win the other day.
guys. How long away do you reckon till he's in Vegas doing a really big fight? 2, 3 fights, and then it's the big one.
Oh, I've
How
said to
big is
him-
the podcast going to be at that point? And can we go to Vegas?
I've said to him, I will It's.
I'd have gone to Vegas this time if the travel wasn't like it is.
Oh my
I'd
God.
have absolutely been there.
Lad,
Egg.
abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, can we do a podcast from Vegas?
I do have a flag in the fucking crowd. WrestleMania.
Yeah. Have a flag. Can we do a pod in Las Vegas?
I'm talking about at the
Lord, I'm
fight.
taking a flag. I'm trying to do a fucking podcast in the MGM Grand, mate. Obviously not in the main room. We need something a bit
Imagine if
small.
we did a podcast in the Octagon, like before the fight kicked off.
Imagine if we tried to.
Warm-up act.
Yeah, it's
We
not
could
possible.
sell tickets. We could sell tickets.
Yeah.
I was about to go. Imagine if we tried to sell tickets in Vegas. What do you mean for the 20,000 Paddy the Baddy fans that are going to be over from the UK?
Come to us before the fight,
Shut
the day before.
the fuck up. We could do 200 tickets in Vegas.
I reckon we could probably do 1,000 by then. I'm
Literally.
not even messing.
In 2 sentences, you just saw the complete difference in our podcast. I'm like, a nice little 4,000, mate. Get him in. Get him in. Get him in Bongos, Las Vegas. Yeah, we probably could do
I
it.
think we could do 1,000.
No, I know we could.
And I think on the couch, as the two guests, we could probably get Bill Burr and Tom Segura.
Bruce Buffer can be the announcer as well.
And I'm not actually messing.
It's time.
But
Imagine.
so it is what I was about to say. I think Paddy
Just got
gets
a
2
little
fights that he should win.
direction.
And obviously, MMA at that level, anyone can lose. I'm not saying there's any easy fights, but I think they're going to give him 2 or 3 that they expect him to just deal with. I think by then, I think McGregor has probably
Lost 3.
beaten
No.
Poirier and then lost the next fight.
Doesn't deserve to fight Poirier again.
What?
He doesn't deserve to fight Poirier again.
Yeah, but he is going to.
I know.
Let's
but-
not
Like,
get too lost in the...
It
Because there's
doesn't-
people
it
who
doesn't
aren't
matter
into
what
the
any of us
UFC.
want.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
know.
saying what I think will happen. I think he beats Poirier. And I think after that, he probably loses to Charles Oliveira.
You won't fight him.
He will.
Why would he get a shot? Why would he get a shot at championships after beating Poirier?
Because he's Conor McGregor. And it doesn't matter
Again,
what
we're
you
getting in
want.
the weeds.
It doesn't matter what you want and what you think. He's Conor McGregor. He sells more tickets than...
Isn't he
and more
10th in the
pay-per-views.
division now?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So he'll get it and he'll lose it. And at that stage...
Do you think this about a year down the line? You think it's
18
possible?
months. And I think at that stage...
We're going Vegas, baby!
Him losing a big fight and Paddy having 1, 2 or 3, I think it's sort of like the fact that they're both the mouthy ones. By then, Paddy won't like this because he wants to be Paddy the Baddy. Paddy will be by commentators, by people building up to fights. He's done exactly what Conor McGregor did when he came into the sport. He's the new Conor McGregor. The
He's already
fans in
getting
Liverpool are just like in Dublin, Ireland. And it'll all be the big talk. And then Conor will start being like, because he's just lost a fight and he needs a big thing, he'll be like, who's this fucking kid? What? He's not the new Conor McGregor. I'm the only Conor McGregor. Paddy be like, I don't even want to be fucking Conor McGregor. And it's the most easily sellable fight in UFC history. It'll be so
Got to
big.
do that. Got to do that over here,
It'll be
surely.
in Dublin, I think.
Oh, my God.
It doesn't matter where it is. We're going to go.
Oh, my God.
But I would be very surprised by the middle of 2023 if Paddy and Conor have not seen each other inside the octagon.
Well, Paddy wants to fight again this year, doesn't he? So he wants to be proper active. So he wants to fight by November, December.
And do you think he did it without jizzing? Can we text him?
Probably
Can we
not.
text him? We know him. I know it's a shit text to send, but maybe not. Like, Paddy, do you jizz before? No, don't send the
I
text.
probably wouldn't word it like that.
Yeah. Hello, lad.
What's happening, lad? Well done and all that. I know I haven't texted you about the fight or anything, but
A lad called Blake
Let's have a wank.
has got a question.
Yeah, I think I could do it though if I needed to. Like if I put my mind to stuff, I can do it. Do you know what I mean? So I could go 8 weeks without it if I wanted to, but I would.
You
be a
think
bit-
you could go 8 weeks?
I think I'd be a bit eggy at times.
Oh, mate, I don't think I could go 8 weeks.
I don't think you could go 8 days unless you've got a like respiratory disease.
Which he had. And he did.
Still crack one out. I had a COVID one.
Did you? Yeah.
I struggled to wank when I was COVID riddled.
I did it with that, what was that, oxygen, that Freddie recommended, the
Yeah.
little oxygen, I put that on my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to check how much oxygen was in my
Albus?
dick.
Oh.
What was it called? The little,
Oximeter.
yeah, I,
SATs
I stick that, I clip that on my dick. It was like 95. Ping. Yep.
Was a bit of a.
Any more questions?
Nope. No, we're just going to talk about that more. Calvin says, I'm thinking about trying to get a year working in the Middle East, or maybe even 2. The pay is mad, like 3 times what I'm getting here, and there's basically no tax. But is it just going to be horrible and sweaty? I'm 26, single. What would you lids
What is he
do?
asking us?
Never say that with a question.
No,
is
but
it?
I mean, we're not Middle East experts.
No, I know, but like, why are you bothering emailing? Don't stop asking questions, weirdos.
Adam, what's your
It will be sweaty, yeah. It's hot over there.
Could you work there for a year or two?
No.
If they were like, we want you to host the Dubai Laughter Lounge. Adam, you could be host.
No.
Doesn't very many money.
I don't really like it over there.
Full of foreigners.
Yeah. I just don't, I always,
That wasn't the answer.
yeah. I just don't like how it feels over there. It's hot. I'm always on edge because it's a country that the West has essentially gone to and gone, can we have some roast dinners and pints? And they've gone, as long as you give us enough money. But they don't really want us to be there. So you're always sort of pissing the wrong person off away from getting thrown in a Dubai jail. I don't like it.
And
over
I
there.
don't think they're a load of fun, those Dubai jails.
No, I don't.
Are you fun, Cole? There's not. Yeah, you're not.
I don't want to live out there. I would never pay to go on holiday there. Like
Middle of winter? No?
No, I'll go for work.
Yeah.
I'll go to get paid to do the gigs and stuff and sort of do the thing. But the 2 times I've been out there, the gigs have been fun and I've thought it's all right. But I would never pay to go. And
You end up
definitely don't
getting a
wanna live there.
grand or whatever, don't you? It's
Yeah.
not bad.
No, but it sort of just pays for your time there.
Yeah, okay.
You don't really make any money. You get a free holiday essentially that you have to do some gigs at.
I could like, obviously this is pointless, but you can't think about us because with comedy you can't really work abroad in a foreign speaking country. Don't know how that would work. If you want a comedy career, you've got to be in Australia, America. That's where it happens. But in terms of like, if I'd never been a comic, I could have worked abroad. I'd be fucked if I could work for a year in a place like Dubai. I was there 5 days and I was like, this
5
is...
days?
I was there 5
How many fucking days were you there?
I was there about 4 or 5 days, you mugging little cunt. And I got the ick.
Of the country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the ick. By the way, you hardly ever meet any Middle Eastern dudes.
What's it like
You
for
know the
women?
guys who look like the old Man City? You don't meet... I never met any of them. I just met cunts who were like, I'm out here for about 4 or 5 years.
What's it
They
like
were
for
always
women over
talking
there?
about money. It's great. Their prime ministers are
No,
all
but
women.
I mean, like, as a obviously not women, but you went with Jojo, didn't you?
I went with Jojo. In the touristy bits, it's like being in Tenerife. There was a hotel we stayed in a more local-ish part of town where Jojo had like a tank top on as we were checking in, and you could feel people staring at her.
Yeah.
But like Becky was out there at the time, a mate of ours,
Yeah.
and she is walking down like the promenade, would you call it, in a bikini with a tied shirt over it, and she's just like, yeah, like when they're looking at me, I'm like, the fuck are you looking at? Like Becky's a Scouse girl with a bit of a Scouse girl's attitude, and she lived out there, and she knew like sort of what was acceptable and what wasn't. She's like, what the fuck do you look? Even local guys, what the fuck's he fucking looking at? Like,
when you're visiting, it is a bit nervy. You're like, oh, I don't know these rules.
Yeah. I think if you live out there, the people I know who live out there feel a lot calmer out there than I felt when visiting. But I just, like, I don't feel relaxed when I'm there. I just, because, like, we've put a drinking culture in an Islamic state, an Islamic country. Like, it just feels like if you piss the wrong person off, you're going to get in trouble. That's how I feel out there.
Also, as well, you get a talking to by a promoter about not talking about the royal family in any way. Yeah. Do not, and they're like, I cannot get this across enough. This isn't we're warning you, but you're a badass comic and you don't play by the rules. You'll get this gig shut the fuck down. You'll get the venue shut down, and there could be consequences long term for us and you. Like, and you know, like that. Whenever that needs to be said, something's not all right, is it? Like, as comics, you should be able to take the piss out of everything, but over there, it's like, they weren't even being dramatic about it. It's like, it's just, you don't fucking do it. Bahrain, which I've been to more than Dubai, is like this, but not as eggy. Like, it's not as... Like, Dubai felt eggy. Bahrain just feels a bit quieter and smaller and chilled out. They're still the same thing.
Have you been to Egypt? Egypt's horrible.
Yeah.
For
like Sharm El Sheikh.
For women.
Yeah.
Horrible. Like really, really not nice.
Yeah, it's a funny. I'd love to love to have lived abroad, but I don't want to. You do want to do it in a place that's just like when you're 18, 19. Maybe I'd like to do a summer season and fuck around in Marbella or like Benidorm or Paphos or wherever. But once you're past 21, you try and do that when you're 27. You're virtually a paedophile, aren't you?
Having said everything I've just said, though, everyone I know who's lived out there has liked it. So if it is something you're looking to do, if you're on triple the money, give it a crack. Speak to people who've actually done it rather than also just speculating. We've been for a little bit and the rest of the lads haven't been at all.
Also, don't sign a fucking year lease. Is there a way you could spend a month, get a feel for it? I don't know. Maybe there's not. Maybe you have to sign a contract.
Just speak to some people who've been. You'll know someone who knows someone who's been. So
I would maybe go on holiday to the Middle East. Like there's been a couple of Navy gigs that I've been booked for in November, and we've like late November, and we've left the UK, and it's been shitting it down and horrible. And it's one of those ones where the transport and the gig work out that you've got a full day and a half in the hotel, and there's like a complex. And I've looked across at like Mickey D or whoever I'm out with, and we're like, well, Alistair Barry a couple of times, just like, this is fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Because it's November, end of November in Bahrain at midday is like being in Tenerife in May. It's just lovely. So there is an upside to it, but we've got one more from Harry Adderley. Do you want a silly one?
Yes.
Yeah. Wag Lids, I've got a question for you. So many people starting their emails, Wag. I've got a question for you.
Which you can now buy merch of.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're on the way. I'm going to just start wearing merch on the pod. There's now bits that I really like. So there's the logos of Just Have a Word. We're taking off the website. We were trying to do something different for a while. So many people got in touch like, I want Just to Have a Word logo. They're back on the website. So haveawordpod.com is all merch. Have a look. We've also got some new designs, which are callbacks, little running jokes. I've designed a couple. Everyone's going to start we're all going to, because what we were trying to do is come up with these designs that we all liked. And what happens is just one of us goes, nah, I'm not into it. And then you feel like, oh, we'll not put it up then. Now we're just sort of throwing stuff up there. There's a system in place where we could come up with an idea or a running joke or whatever, stick it up there. So have a look. There's going to be more varied merch from now on. And the Patreon discount codes are up and working again. That was my bad. There was a couple of weeks where they weren't working. I have fixed that. So your discount codes are working.
Haveawordpod.com.
Nickname Worms from Hallie Adderley. So I've got a question for you that maybe you lot could answer on the pod. Yes, Harry, that is why you email them in. If football teams could have their nicknames fight for them, who would be best? So, for example, Watford would have a Hornet, or Everton would have a Toffee. Love Harry, not the GOAT, a different one.
We'd lose, wouldn't we?
So, in English football, who's their sort of like, who's the nickname GOAT for the? I mean, the Red
United are the Red Devils, aren't they?
The Gunners.
Just fucking shoot everyone.
Chelsea racists.
It's the posh Peterborough.
Yeah.
The posh would be funny, wouldn't it? Just loads of posh people.
What, getting shot by the Gunners? The Chelsea racists.
Yeah.
That's the nickname.
The Magpies, that'd be good because they just send one. Bad luck for everyone.
They all just die.
That was like podcasting with your Auntie Pam. And once you've seen them, honestly, that's you done for at least a couple of months. Yeah, the Hornets, if there's more than one, the Hornets are a bit of a problem, aren't they? That's not bad, actually. What is Liverpool's nickname? You're just the Reds.
Yeah.
Steady on.
We've also got the lovely Liverbirds. That's what some people call us.
Yeah. The Villains is good. The Villains versus the posh would be funny.
The Bees. I'm having Hornets
Chelsea,
over the Bees.
the Pensioners.
The Pensioners versus the Gunners. Great.
The Seagulls, they're pedos.
The Peacocks versus the Foxes. Quite one-sided, wouldn't it?
The Eagles, Crystal Palace.
Geordies. They'd win.
Newcastle United's nickname is not the Geordies. That's so fucking
No, the
stupid.
Canaries. The Saints. The Saints would win.
No,
Why?
Because they'd just be like
No, they just get
all
killed.
powerful. Why?
No, Saints just get killed, don't they?
No, they're already dead. You can't be a Saint until you've died. So they're already dead, so they're beyond being murdered. So in a fight to
Do you
the
think
death,
saints are all powerful?
I think some of them are, yeah.
Isn't Theresa May, I was going to say then?
What?
Teresa.
Mother Theresa May.
Isn't she's a saint now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what
She
are
punch
saints?
your head in, mate.
What are saints all powerful?
I think they've got powers.
He is the patron saint of lost things, and he's all powerful. So don't fuck with him.
No, but like they're tight with God, aren't they? So God could be like, yeah, I have some wizardry. You can shoot lightning.
Oh,
That was like
the
Harry
wizards.
Potter and
Kill a
Greek
magpie.
mythology all in one. You know God, because he's like wizards and fucking lightning bolts.
That'd be a good fight. The Hammers versus the Magpies.
In American football, there's way more.
Yeah.
Are they good?
Titans.
The Titans. Oh my God. I think Steve just won the game in the first one.
What is a titan?
It's a huge, giant,
Fella.
warring. Like they're from Greek mythology, aren't they? They're like.
You don't need NFL nicknames. It's the title of the teams. Just put NFL standings in.
Oh, have they not got nicknames as well?
No.
All right.
Yeah, they sort of are the nicknames. Yeah.
Just put
that in.
NFL teams.
Or the Steelers.
Steelers.
The New England Patriots are basically just ye old flag nonces, so they're done. Steelers are just people who work in a factory. Packers, the same. Then it gets fun. Eagles,
Giants.
yeah, Giants are pretty good. Browns, not great. They just got named after Paul Brown.
All right.
Buffalo Bills, just loads of undies.
I honestly,
Yeah, the New Orleans Laundrettes. They'd be good.
The New Orleans Saints, see, they'd be the winners.
The Washington.
All
football
powerful.
team.
they're not all about Mother Teresa can't win the fight over a Titan. Yes.
Jets.
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Jets would
Air
win, wouldn't they?
support.
Because they've got machine guns on them and they can fly.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Chargers against the Rams just run at each other.
Oh yes.
I think you won this with Titans. I think they would be.
How is a Titan going to beat a plane?
It's smash it to bits.
No, but I can fly it away.
Godzilla.
Be a good fight though.
He wins. Jets wins. I don't think they beat the Hammers though.
I don't think there was
Or the
as much
pensioners.
meat on the bone of that question as we first thought.
Well, you know, got to give it a try, ain't you?
You know,
Got to give it a try. Thanks for prepping it. Oh, that's right. Is it racist? Patrick Thomas. I got some grief from some of my mates for saying, before I settle down, I'd like to shag a bird from every major continent, maybe even from every race. Like, that isn't racist. It's the very opposite, isn't it? One love, lids, wag wag.
How many
Patrick.
races are there?
oh, depends what you mean by races. Like-
The definition.
Yeah,
Races.
but there's different, like, there's races of people, as in, like, their nationalities, isn't there? And then there's skin colour. And
No,
there's,
the French aren't a race.
Like 6.
they not?
The German. No, I think when you say race, it's more about like ethnicity, isn't it? I think.
So
There's
there's
only
white,
4. There's only 4 major races. Name major.
white,
White Caucasian.
Asian.
There's Mongoloid Asian.
Yeah.
Pull that up, please. Carl, I really think that might need to be just put there. You know, the Google screen. So
screenshot that.
People know I'm.
I'm not saying that word out loud.
Oh.
I'm not saying that one. An Australoid.
Oh, no.
Right. Can I read this? Because we're all laughing.
Do you want to read the whole?
Can you
thing?
screenshot it on here?
This will be on screen.
This will be on screen. The world population can be divided into 4 major races. Oh, I see the problem. It was made in 1962, and I don't think that was a great era. You know, before black people were allowed to vote in America, I don't think you needed to be classifying races. So what they had it as, this is obviously traditional. Surely there's been updates. White Caucasian, the Mongoloid Asian, the something black, and Australoid. Right. This is based on a racial classification made by Carlton SC in 1962.
It's his surname. You can say his surname. You're not calling anyone anything.
He's called Carlton S. Coon. It's a good job I've not got any major telly coming up.
What? So it says people also ask what are the 5 races and what are the 6 races.
What are the 6 races? Can we have an update that isn't going to get me
There
cancelled?
we go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Hispanic, Latino, American Indian, which is definitely offensive now.
Alaskan. Alaskan native.
Native Hawaiian. What?
Oh, so all other. So that's Pacific, isn't it? That
Yeah.
they must have
That's
their
like
own.
the Australoid.
Yeah, that's the Australoid one broken up.
Oh, I don't get it, me.
Yeah, it does seem. I think if you're pulling this Google up before you try and have sex with someone, it is going to feel like a bit racist, isn't it? Mate, I'm dying for an Australoid. Have you had a Mongoloid Australian? Oh, no. Sorry.
Mongoloid Australian? Yeah.
Hybrid.
He works at Window 2.
Well, that was a bit of an obstacle course of the last 5 minutes.
And I don't think we passed. I think there's a fail on
I
that
think
one.
you just headbutted the limbo stick there, didn't you? son?
Can you squeeze yourself under there, Don?
I don't think it is racist to just want to like to sort of spread your wings far and wide.
We are the world.
But like I think like going right, I've got everyone else. I'm going out for the Pacific Islander now. Like I think, you know, it is a bit odd, isn't it?
Where does Patrick live as well? If he lives in Hull, it's going to be if he lives in Norfolk, he's going to have a fucking nightmare ticking them out like, well, all right, Patrick, what are you after tonight? Pacific Islander.
How many different races have you shagged?
White.
One.
A lot. Asian. Lady. One Asian.
2.
Any
Any Mongoloids?
I went down on a black girl.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I fucked a big lass from Rochdale.
Oh,
Rochdale
race.
is a race, wasn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I,
Michael Bisping's from there. No, I genuinely, I've, I think, let me just think. Come back to me.
3?
I think I'm one. You know. I think it's just.
Yeah,
I think it's just black
I
people
think
I've
you-
been shagging. Oh no, white. No, I think I actually,
people!
people. I think
Lawrence Fishburne! Loads of not black women, it's black people.
Where the fuck am I?
I don't know.
That was a fish. That one you smashed.
I think it's just white. And
Women.
I've done this on stage at one point, right? And I'll probably bring it back in some way. Have you ever had your girlfriend ask you what you're thinking? Or your wife?
Yeah.
What's on your mind right now?
Terrible question.
Awful, right? So, the way my brain works, the ADHD sort of like random thinking machine that is my brain.
A tombola of weird, just fucking, yeah.
So I'll often start thinking about like Lego, and then like 2 minutes later, I'm thinking about like polar bears, and it all seems connected in my head, right? And I remember I was thinking about like, oh, I'm in a relationship, it's going well. Like, imagine if we end up staying together forever. You get married, you have kids. Like, this could be the end. This could be, and I'd done all that. And Sam asked me, "What are you thinking about? You've got a very puzzled brain." And I was genuinely laying next to the girl I love in bed, thinking, "I'll never fuck a Spanish girl now, and it's your fault."
That is their fault. Did you tell her that?
Oh. Oh.
What is that you were thinking of?
I said, "I'm thinking about what we should have for tea tomorrow."
Puzzled.
Tapas. I won't let you look at a fajita again, you cheating bastard. Do you know what? That just made me a little bit sad.
What?
You're right.
You'll never fuck an albino Eskimo.
I'm the only albino Eskimo. The only one I know.
Yeah,
God, they could get lost easy, couldn't they?
yeah. You'll never fuck.
15 minutes ago, probably.
I'm not joking. If you're an albino Eskimo, you need a bell.
That's a cat.
Hey, Tuk Tuk, don't walk off from the igloo, mate. Not in a snowstorm.
You shouldn't have given him a
We'll
name.
never fucking find you. Where's Tuk Tuk? Shh.
There he is.
Imagine if you followed the bell and you found it was just someone who runs a little shop and someone was just opening and closing the door.
Is Tuk in here?
Or a really optimistic ice cream van. Tell you what, I got kicked off me last fucking playground in West Derby.
Where the
Now I'm
fuck
trying
was
out in fucking Alaska.
And there's ice cream vans gone from.
I know that was the joke. You fucking queg. You are. You're
No!
You're Australoid.
I think
Stop doing anti-jokes. You layer. You're doing too many layers on your joke. Oh, yeah, but I'm doing the joke.
Oh, the helicopter
think-
joke was shit. Fuck off.
Why does Carl hate people
Uh-huh.
who have
Someone's get
helicopters?
me ears cleaned tomorrow.
Are we closing on this? I feel like this is the closer.
My hearing's been a bit weird.
Shout out
and
all
I
the
think
Spanish
it's just
girls when I'm
full of
banging.
wax and
Go
it
on,
needs doing properly, so I'm going tomorrow.
Your hearing's weird.
Yeah.
Right. You are tone deaf. Right. Are you going to get it, burnt out? Do you know the candle thing?
Yeah.
What are you getting done? Syringed?
I'm just going to go to the place and go clean them.
Yeah. You're going to see an expert.
Yeah.
What happens if you get an erection?
What?
It's frowned upon, isn't it? I won't give a fuck. I'm getting my ears waxed. If I get an erection, that's normal.
Get a
It might
wax
feel
mold.
nice though, mightn't it? It might turn me on, especially if she's
Oh.
fit. And she can do whatever she likes to me.
Thanks for watching today's Patreon exclusive. Apologies to all people.
Get some merch, buy some tickets for the Underbelly,
Austro-
watch the
Austro
live
Lights.
show that goes online
My dad.
on Friday. Tell other people to watch it as well, and go fuck yourselves in a bit.
Migan.